Hello, hello. Welcome, welcome, VOD peeps. Um, yeah, I forgot where I was at in Silk Song. So we're just gonna do Pseudoregalia real quick. Forgot which save file was the right one. But I also really enjoy this game. Oh my gala. Alright. It's a 3D Metroidvania platformer. And I don't know, I just like it. It just feels good to play. It's fun. Also really like doing randomizers of it. Archipelagos and all that stuff. A lot of fun. You nail that just right, have your camera moving while you pick something up, it just continues to do that. Back through the door. Dream Breaker's the main weapon, and it's dope. Can't actually get to that item up in the alcove at the moment. Um, and yeah, I mean, this just progresses like a normal Metroidvania style deal, where you get power ups, allow you to go to new places. Definitely can't make that jump. That's fine though. Don't have to. Sometimes I forget what it's like going through the beginning stages of the game without like slide or also secret wall right here. I don't think it's necessary to hit that from that side, but it is fun because I don't think you can actually go anywhere through that wall right now. I mean, definitely not right now, but um, I think you need a few more power-ups to be able to do much over there. And boom, second white item right there. All the white bubbles will be your like key moves. Couple of cool things you can do with the slide. So when you're normally walking, you can do backflip just like Mario style. But if you're sliding and you hit a bunch of inputs quickly, um, you can kind of hit a slide jump by um, oops. It's a combination of stopping your slide, um, which would be just a moment. Stopping your slide would be pressing back and jump at the same time. You can see she kind of keeps sliding a little bit. Um, but if you hit that quick enough with another jump input and a new direction, you can even jump forward. Uh, like you could jump backward. You can kind of jump in any direction using that specific input. Whoops. Yeah. I don't feel like grabbing it. If you hold B at a save point, you get your Dream Breaker back, which is super important. Uh, because sometimes it just gets lost. It just runs off and leaves you behind. Dangerous looking lady brings in dangerous looking fellow. Wow. Usually doesn't happen. Jeez. Also like how cohesive everything. Ooh. Okay. Yeah. How cohesive everything is with the movement text being part of like the slide is your dodge, um, the movement while attacking, all that kind of stuff really adds to the experience. Um, it makes it all just feel really good to play and get good at. So technically, if I just drop decently enough, I think with slide, yeah. Oh well. With slide, you can just come back and grab this. Um, as long as you can do the slide jump. It does take a minute to get back up, but some extra health will be nice. Plus, this part is a lot easier to get through with slide jumping. If I could do it. I mean, it's not something that I get every input right on. A lot of particularly skilled speedrunners can hit that every time, which is wild. You can also go in here, but it's so dark. Um, I've navigated that like once in a randomizer, um, but it's definitely annoying to have to do. That is the room which has slide in it. Also, once you get a certain power up later on, you lose the ability to even do this jump, so it's not necessary to know how to do to like play the game. Um, it just helps out a lot with doing out of logic stuff and randomizers, um, which is a lot of fun. I definitely recommend it, if for no other reason than just for the fact that maybe you like randomizers. I'm also playing on the newer version of the game. I know a lot of speedrunners play on the old version. You can see there's a gold outline whenever I slide. Um, and there's a little blue outline if I nail one of the slide jumps perfectly. Um, in the older version of the game, it would actually be a full gold outline on your character to let you know that you nailed a slide jump like that. And you would actually go higher than you do in this version. Uh, so technically, a lot of people like playing that version over this one because it offers them more mobility and more ways to solve problems with that specific like skill-based tool. Indignation's good. This one's just an extra combat ability. Snag that key. And I don't think there's any spots where I need to use a key here. Oh, one other notable part is the older or the newer version has a map, which you can recall at any point by just pressing up on the D-pad. The older version does not have a map, so I don't know. I get lost enough with a map, and Metroidvanias. I can't actually make that. I'll just backflip for this one. Don't know how much of the library I can do. I think I can do all the library. Yeah, I think I can full clear it, actually. With just what I've got now. Well, maybe not the outfit, I don't know. Outfits are difficult. The triple! And then I can't slide through the hole! It's fine. Break the glass. Get another one. Eventually the progression and mobility items will let up. But in the beginning, it's mostly progression and mobility. So this, you can actually skip through all of it without actually using the boots, even though it's the tutorial for the boots. Which I think is super funny. Because, yeah, if you nail that with a blue jump, you could just barely hit the hole there. And I mean, you don't need the boots for this part, I think, at all, as long as you have the slide. Honestly, I didn't even really need to do that. Whoops. But, oh, that is if I can hit the trick. You know, things are a little dependent on that. I'll hit this here. I think this is one of the harder jumps to actually knock out here. Just because you have to pretty much nail it right on the corner there. Then you have to nail it again, or else you go back to the beginning. But luckily it wasn't too bad. Worked with me pretty well today. Usually I have a lot of trouble on that. So technically you can clear that room with just the slide. And then I'll drop my key on this room instead. Grab health piece here. Those kicks are particularly tricky to do because they're a little deceptive. You have to start your kick from darn. You have to start your kick from facing forward and then pivot around to the wall, and it kind of lets you hop forward instead of straight out from the wall. But it's really cool, but like I love the techniques in this game. There's just so many cool little things to learn, and it feels so good to really get great with all the different techniques that are on offer here. Until then, oh well. I'm gonna try and get the outfit here. We'll see how it goes. Okay. 50 seconds. I'll start with the ones up top. Let's see. Well, but okay. There we go. Excellent. 35 seconds. Not too bad. Is that my favorite outfit? Oh yeah, it is. Well, put it on. Yeah, sleepy time. Get the big old sweater on. Love it. Yeah. Yeah. And that's full clear on the library, so it's done. It's one of my favorite areas to do in randomizers just because it is easy to not only like get through, but also 100% complete. As long as you have, you know, a key, your slide, and you have to have Dreambreaker to be able to get in. Um, but other than that, not too bad. I don't think I can do the next area over there, but I can do this one. If I don't mess it up. That's fine. Ah, come on, just give me the slide jump, why? Yep. Sometimes I just lose it. Just can't do the slide jump at all for a while. That's how it goes. Also another tech there. If you kick, it kind of extends your jump, and then you can swipe, which lets you grab onto the ledge. Because normally, if you're kicking, you'll just kick back off of the ledge. Won't really be able to um, do anything. Okay. Another small key. Perfect. And then, if you want to, you can knock these down. Give yourself easier access to get up around these areas. I don't tend to mess with it very much, just because once you get the item, like, why I go back? Okay. So, there we go. Another health bit. Darn. Can't grab onto that ledge, a little too low. And, like, another thing that I really enjoy about it is a lot of the game is, like, kind of intended to be beaten a certain way. You know, like, there's intended routes and tools to be able to beat certain sections. But, like, if you have enough knowledge and know how it works, you can take care of those sections with less tools than you're supposed to. Um, and I don't know, I think that's really cool. I won't be able to do very much in this area here. I don't like the underbelly. I get lost here constantly. It's like my worst area, for sure. Which is unfortunate because you have to come down here fairly often. But I can nab that. There we go. And I won't be able to get through up here because as far... You can get through this one, but we can't break that yet. In fact, I'm so used to playing randomizers, I actually don't know where a lot of the items are. In normal gameplay. So I'm like, what is actually in this area? What's supposed to be here? I shouldn't have dropped that. That was a bad move. that one's actually one where keeping it up is much recommended. But once you get on top of there, you can go into this room. As you can see, there's a key that I could use here. I actually just nabbed the health bit, and I'm going to leave that door locked because we can actually get to the other side of it pretty easily. The big thing is, like, once you lower this, and that's down, there's not really any access to that room anymore. But we don't need it particularly because we've already gotten the item from it. This room here, bunch of switches, and they let those stairs go up. And there's another switch over on that side that we could hit, but I'm not going to, because as long as you nail the jump there, you're all good. You can just nab the key. Don't have to hit the other switch or worry about any of the enemies or jump sections over there. But this does have one of the sections I struggled with the most, for sure. Break through this wall here. This is another big one. The Sunsetter. So this is our, like, ground pound. And it also lets you, from a standing position, do a higher jump. It's still not as high as our slide jump. That tech is still the best way to get height out of a jump. That's the other side of that door. So we're already on the other side of it. We don't need it. We can't go through this room yet, unfortunately. I think... Yeah, I think I have to have Ascendant Light to get through that room. I'm pretty sure. Not 100% sure. I'm pretty sure we have to have Ascendant Light to get through there. And then this way, going to be towards the theater, which I don't know that I can do anything at. I can at least nab this item here. We can try and get those to get some more magic. And the magic powers that bar on the side that says 3. It's what allows me to use my healing. Oh boy. You know, I don't think Twilight Theater is going to be very good for me. I don't think I can do much here. Twilight Theater, I feel like is generally one of the harder areas in the game. This sends me back to Dilapidated Dungeon? Ah, gross. Okay, then that route was not useful. Oh well. Forgot that sends me to Dilapidated Dungeon. That's the first area we were in, and we will have to go back there for 100% at least, because there's a movement challenge back that way that we can't do because we just don't have the right tools for it. That's the hardest movement challenge in the game, as far as I'm concerned. And it also has a very difficult check where you have to use a lot of tools to get on top of some posts in the ceiling and grab an item there. Jump that, get over here real quick. Whoops, didn't mean to fall. What is this route? I forget already. Oh, I think this is the... Yeah, okay. That leads back to the library connective area. Don't really need to hit that up again. Um, and this should lead... Yeah, that leads back to the original, like, cross area where we were in the beginning. Um, or right after we got out of the dilapidated dungeon. So we'll head up Empty Bailey. Uh, um, this is another cool area for all the movement you can do in it. Which, I mean, they're all pretty dope areas, really, because you can get away with a lot in this game. Um, and we can knock out our first big key. These are the... Ah, taking him out is an annoyance. I'm not going to deal with it. Um, so the big keys are the collect all these to beat the game items of this Metroidvania. Oh my gosh. Um, and the big key is one of a set of 5 that we'll need to take care of to be able to actually win. Solar Wind is one... Hello? Uh-oh. Did my controller disconnect, or... Okay, that was weird. Whatever. Um, Solar Wind is actually one that you don't need to beat the game. Um, and technically, I think in terms of speed running, most people prefer to beat the game without it, just because of the fact that it does make some sections of the game harder. Um, our previous tech is gone now. Now, if you slide, I almost had it. Now, if you slide and jump, regardless of direction, I think you go into the solar wind jump instead of stopping your slide. So a lot of people try not to take that. There we go. And that early is huge. Yeah, a lot of people prefer not to pull solar wind because, like, it takes away that technique, and that is a really good way to get height um, early on in the game. I mean, even for the randomizer that I run for Archipelago, uh, they have a button specifically made to toggle whether or not you use solar wind or just stop your jump. One thing you can do with this, though, jump, hit the ground, and then you jump conserving momentum, and she does this little bunny hop. So that's at least a little bit uh, in Solar Wind's favor there. I forget if I can do... Maybe I should have run this part first without pulling Solar Wind. I can't remember if I can actually do it or not. Hmm. There it is. Okay. This is a fairly difficult platforming section, but um, the big hint that the game gives you is like, you can come here and make your own path using the three solar items, three items of the sun, or something along those lines. I can't really nail that though. Unfortunate. Let's see. So technically, you can just do this. Yeah, once again, you don't really need um, uh, the second slide jump. Um, I absolutely fell way more than I needed to there. It's fine. Um, because I have to get back up there now. Um, there was a switch I was supposed to flip, all that stuff. Hello? Okay, come on. There. All right, you know what? We're just gonna do this. One thing I forgot to mention. So another point of the ground pound ability is the ability to cancel it. So if I ground pound, I can hit the ground pound button and hit A before I actually start coming down. Um, Go ahead and use Cling Gem here. Hit A before I start coming down to do a backflip and get a little bit more height on a lot of these areas. It's especially helpful um, if you are kicking off the wall, you're trying to get a little bit more height near the end, and you want to just use that last kick and then hit a backflip. Because the backflip, unlike the kick, does not prevent you from hanging onto the side. Whoop, that was blue. I need gold. And that wasn't what I wanted either. Okay, come on. Blue, I need gold. Nope, can't hit it. Oh well. Sometimes I can nail that trick, but it's hard. Um, I really only do it with randomizers where I just can't um get the or I just don't have the cling gem by this point because you can't really do this side of the section platforming with cling gem or without it. I mean, I think you might be able to with boots and maybe helical power. So we'll come up here and get our second key. Um, can hit that switch real quick. There's nothing else up here except for this door where we need all 5 of the keys. So this is where we need to head to near the end there. And that pretty much takes care of all the checks in this area. I'm gonna skip the whoop. I'm going to skip the time trial in that area because I don't like it. Um, and because like the time trials are mostly just if you really want to do them, go for it. Like they're a lot of fun. They offer new outfits. I just really like the Sleepy Time sweater. It's my favorite. Go in this little house here, break that, and make it into the underbelly. Yay! My favorite place. It's not. It's not. It's not that, guys. It's not my favorite spot. We'll go through this big building here. And then it's like a strain on my eyes to see anything in this whole area. With Sunsetter, it's not too hard to get up to the top and snag another health piece. But then, if you... I should have dropped down that side where I was, actually. That would have been a bit more helpful. If I break through here and come in through this window, and snag that to get on this side. Little tiny mini statue. Hit this, and that opens up this gate here. Because without that, you can't get back to the save point where you came in. Or you can't get out of that area. And you just have that big building, and then that's about all you can do over here. But there's a lot in this area. The underbelly is huge. This is probably the biggest, like, general area of it. A lot of blank space just because of how far the distance is between things here. So this is where I tend to get lost the most, I'd say. Whiffed it. Feels hard for me to climb this, and I forget if there's something up top or not. Yes, there is. Okay. So you can slam through that side. This gives you easier access to a different area that I don't think is entirely necessary right now for me. I don't think I have the power-ups to be able to do anything with this, but I should double-check just in case. Whoop. Don't do that. Okay, yeah. So this is the toughest bit of if I'm remembering right. This is, yeah. I'll need Ascendant Light to get through here. Those black orbs count as hitting an enemy or a light source. They're like enemies, but they don't have health bars. They're my goodness. Pretty much just there for you to hit. And with one of the later items, you can bounce off things. Also, something pretty cool you can do, if I can get it right, because I never do it, is you can kick your Dreambreaker at stuff. It's pretty dope. It does a ton of damage, but the downsides are, oh, this is where I came in before, and I snagged that item up top. You had to have Sunsetter on that spot, or else you just can't go any further. And then, yeah, this is where I need Ascendant Light, which I get from down here. So I need to snag that. Yeah, the kick attack is really cool. I don't use it very often, or pretty much not at all. Kind of high risk. It does a lot more damage than a regular attack, but you gain no magic from it. And I mean, you also lose your weapon in the ground, so um, you weren't able to heal or do things like that. Took me a while to figure this one out. Whoops. I'm going to whiff it here. The bubbles give you a dash jump in midair, but it goes away if you touch the ground. Doesn't go away if you are up here, though. Yeah, you won't see me use the Dreambreaker kick just because I don't practice with it, and it's not something that is worth it for me most of the time. Go ahead and save. There's a key spot here, so I'll get through this door, snag helical power, which is massive. That gives me a fourth kick in midair. Um, there's a lot of stuff you can do with, I mean, I'm sure you can imagine the kicks are pretty huge improvements in terms of your mobility, both horizontally and vertically. Um, so there's definitely a lot of extra movement you can do with helical power. Why are you like this? These guys are my least favorite enemies because even if you can, um, whoop, don't fall off yet. Even if you can reflect their projectiles, it won't hit them because they don't fire their projectiles from their body. They fire them from above their body, um, which sucks. Go ahead and hit that switch. Oops. Didn't think I was on it enough. This is one of the first times in the game where I duck, which is just hitting the slide button but without moving. Because not really many times where ducking is something I'm worried about. Can't go through the side path here because I would need to have a different power up for my Dream Breaker. But I can go through this dungeony looking area. Oh, I should probably snag that. That'll be helpful for later, I think. This is just a little shortcut path, so I can get back up to here from that bridge. Alrighty. Another thing I like about this in Archipelago is it shows you where a lot of the items are, or what a lot of the items are based on what color they are, which is pretty neat. So, like, a white item will be progression based, green items are useful, and then pink items are like, you know, they're fine. They're items. Based on like this game has the health, which has a pink aura around it. The um, green items, which are pretty useful, pretty good items um, with the green aura. Whoops, that's not what I wanted to do. Oh goodness. Okay. Uh-oh. Okay, good. Don't want to be reset that far. I don't know why I didn't cling gem first for more distance. Ugh, I'm losing it, dude. There we go. Okay. Now, that wasn't so hard. Um, forget what I was going on about. Either way, I don't like this area very much. Um, Makes me upset. Aw, you can't do that? Guess that's fine. There we go. Oh, sweet. Okay. Yeah. Can't get all the way up here. Unless... Oh! I might actually be able to make this. Hold up. Huh. Okay, sure. Huh. Okay. Alright. That is so much quicker. Wow, that is way better than how I used to run that. So let me show you what the old way that I ran this was, or knew specifically worked to run this. Basically, it's this big tower, and it's a large series of rooms. A lot of the rooms have switches. All the switches raise that platform, and it goes up and up and up and up until finally, once you're on top of the platform, you can reach this pole and get into this room. But yeah, Cling Gem. Cling Gem just does that. Now you can see we can bounce off of enemies, and that gives us a lot more mobility to play around with. Um, it specifically lets us do a lot of different things in a lot of different areas. Um, uh, Way too fast. I always get turned around in this specific zone. Okay. So I swing over here. Way too fast again, and back to this spot. I hate that it sends me back to that spot every time. Actually, don't even know why I'm going into this room. I may not even have to. Oh, and I whiffed the platform. Fine. We're not doing that room. I don't even think there's an item in there. Wait. There... Shoot, there might be an item in here. Hold on. I probably do need to do this room. Nope. It was a lever. I can almost guarantee you I did not need to pull it. Yeah, probably just did that, and I already have Ascendant Light. I didn't even use the platform. Oh, that just sends you into here? I guess that's just one more path to get to this, then. Huh. Oh, well. Oh, whoops. Okay. That is nice that the Cling Gem lets me bypass that. That's pretty massive, really. So this room... Ah, okay. I do need to go snag one more item. Hit this elevator. The momentum from the elevator makes me go way fast when I slide jump, which is always fun. Okay, there we go. Another health bit out of this alcove. And if you continue going down through here, you get locked in one fight, and then it leads to that tower, where you have to go through a big series of fights and hit all the levers and do all the stuff, and then you get Ascendant Light, which lets you bounce off the enemies. Um, which is super important and necessary. Not only does Ascendant Light let you bounce off of the enemies, it also lets your Dreambreaker light up your surroundings. If you throw it, it lights it up even further than if you are just holding it. This does make that one area in Dilapidated Dungeon much, much easier to get through. But also, uh, I'd say the biggest part of it is still just the fact that it lets you get through the areas um, where you need to be able to bounce off a light source or an enemy. So if I go... Oh, wait. Okay, okay. I think this is doable. If I don't mess it up like that, it is. There we go. Okay. And we're just heading back to one of those areas where I needed Ascendant Light to beat it. Because that is a necessary item. Over here. So in this area, technically I think you could go through this first area without Ascendant Light, but I also don't think it does you very much good to do that. Because then you get into this room, which is an actual nightmare. In fact, I still don't think I can... I'm still not sure if I can actually beat this room. Just because of how tight everything has to be. Oh, I whiffed it. Whiffed that part. Okay. Okay. So I can definitely do this one. Okay. Get back on top of this platform. See, now this one is the one that's not good. Um, hmm. Because even though I can get kind of close, I don't have enough height on that wall to actually clear it. Which is kind of important. That is necessary. Okay. There is one more tactic I want to try out here. So I want to... Ah, so close. Okay. Maybe if I hold my kick for longer? Or if I get a little bit more momentum on my follow-up jump. I don't know if that's possible, but we'll see. Or maybe I just don't need the follow-up jump at all. Yeah, that's not looking good for me. There's no light sources on the wall or anything like that. We'll give this one more shot. If I'm... One more shot where I don't blow it at the very beginning, I'll say. Okay. Set up. Nope. Ah. Yeah, maybe this one isn't going to work out. I'm pretty sure I have done this before. and I just can't remember the technique for doing it. Maybe I aim for one of the corners? One of the wall corners? Ah, I'm gonna have to hit a couple of heals here. Make up for all the health I've lost attempting this. Wish I could remember how I actually did this, because this is, not an easy sequence to pull off, that's for sure. Huh. It definitely looks like that wall might be the way. That gets me a little bit closer than I usually am, with a bit more height. I give it one shot like this. Nope. Kicks too far out. Could I kick and cling grip? Man, this is what traps me in this game so much, is the problem solving for all of the different techniques and all of the cool stuff you can do. Like, that's the wrong button. And like, it really does feel like you can make your own path through it. It's like, in the beginning when I started playing this, it's like, oh, I obviously don't have the tool to do this. Like, I can't, I can't actually hit this jump. Like, this wasn't, uh, this isn't the intended way to do this thing. And like, after a while, it gets to the point where it's like, oh, I could probably pull that off, maybe. Let's see, let's see. No, where's my kick at? Where was my kick, dude? You can't just leave me without my kick? You don't get the kick if you use... Oh! I'm gonna game over here, dude. Oh my gosh. Better watch out. Ah! If you don't actually get your kick off on something for real, then, then you lose it for the entirety of the jump section. That is rough. Actually, never knew that, because usually I don't use kick into cling jump or anything like that. Yeah, let me heal before this guy comes up and snipes me with his music notes. Okay. Well, that part's a little unfortunate, but that's okay. I guess the big part that is difficult on that one, I could probably go back and do it, in all technicality. Uh, but that would probably take me a lot of attempts still. So instead of doing that, I need to get a few more items. But yeah, it's just the thrill of like really just nailing a trick like that and being able to go to a place where you're absolutely not supposed to be way earlier than you're supposed to be there is so much fun. Um, nope, wrong button again. I don't know why I'm getting those mixed up today, but that's fine. I have done this room without the cling gem before, and it's a lot of fun, as you can probably imagine. I'll hit this. That gives me a really easy way to get back up here. The right? Yeah, yeah. There's a pole I could just climb back up. Need to build up a little bit more magic, really. So I did all that stuff without the cling gem, and then I got to this section, and boy, oh boy, doing this without the cling gem, it's doable. It's just really, really hard. But like I said, that's part of the fun for me is finding these complicated routes to clear these areas without using the stuff that you were meant to have by this point. Oh, kicked in the wrong direction. There we go. Because technically, with the kicks, you can kick forward and then hit the wall, and you can kind of simulate having the wall ride without actually needing that item pickup. So I use that a lot to kind of get away with not having it. Especially because I didn't even know it was a power up the first time I played this game. Um, I thought I already had everything. So I was like, no way. How do they expect you to do all this? This is crazy. There must be something else, but like, pretty sure I've got it all. And nope. No, I sure didn't. Go up to the throne room and snag big key. Ah, this is I don't even know how I did this the first time, I'll be real. Oh, what? There we go. Sweet. Nailed it. Guardian. I think that is the, yeah, like a kind of knight outfit. I don't know. I just like sleepy time too much. Big sweater. Big sweater energy. Okay. So I got another big key out of that, and I... Actually, I forget where I'm supposed to go. Because there's still a power-up that I need. And I'm just not 100% sure where you get it. I'm beginning to think it's here in Castle Sansa. But it's hard for me to remember. But with Cling Gem, I can pretty easily get around these corners and over to this health. Yeah. Okay. Whoops. this just led right back here. Oh my gosh. I genuinely forget what these spots even unlock, to be completely honest. Oh, wait, this is a shortcut to a spot that I don't care about. Sansa Keep. Like, why do I need a shortcut here? It's so easy to get there. I remember why I never use keys for these spots now. Oh my goodness. Like, oh no, I can't... It's so hard to get to Sansa Keep without that key, except it's literally connected to this zone so easily. I'm gonna feel real goofy if that's like the speed run tech is to unlock that door or something. Oh jeez. Go ahead and hit this save point here. Now, going to connect to this. I should have enough tools to run this area. Basically, anything movement related, I am maxed out on all the tools that I need. I have helical power, which is a green, not a white, but still gives me a lot more mobility and movement, lets me do whatever I may decide I need to do that's extra here. I have Cling Gem, I have Sunsetter, all the basic stuff. One of the ways that I made it through this room without kicks once is if you come back here, you can jump and keep latching onto the wall and jumping, but because you're still right up against the wall, you can latch onto that same wall over and over again. So that's kind of fun. Kind of a neat little detail, I think. Thought I might have had enough. Okay, well, man, taking extra damage for that. That's fine. Ah, no fun. Oh, whiffed the jump there. Ouch. Crud. Man, having trouble nailing this one today. Mostly because I keep kicking. I think that might be what's doing it. Ah, man. Outside of the randos, I'm rusty. There we go. This is another tough tech to hit, I feel like. Mostly because it's... Yeah. If you touch a wall while you're doing your backflip, it makes it very hard. There we go. Got it. If you touch a wall while you're doing your backflip, you can't get max height out of it anymore. It's just kind of a dud. Technically, I think the way that you're supposed to do that, you bounce off the save block. Yeah, technically, normally you don't have to have helical power here for the fourth jump, and then you can just do this with one kick and a swipe, and you're there. But I don't know, I kind of like traveling along the wall there. I think it's fine. It's fine. Okay. This is another part where it's kind of like just do your own platforming, you know, figure it out. One of those sections I just hate, and I can't remember. I think it's part of Twilight Theater. I can't stand that section. Um, okay, this drops me into there, so I'll hold off because I think there's, yeah, spot here I can go through. Um, and technically, you can. I think technically you can get up there, but boy oh boy, it's hard. Ah, what? Should have had that. There we go. This room seems like a nightmare to climb. I can just imagine doing cling gem around every single wall over and over again as the solution to that. Um, but really, that room is just a pit. Um, okay, maybe I could do this. Yep, works like a charm. All right. That nets me good graces. That's really good. Helps me a lot with healing. So I can do more attempts of the goofy stuff that I like to mess around with all the time. Um, hmm. However, something doesn't entirely sit right with me. That one room that I was in, oh, I don't really want to do that again, actually. Um, that one room that I was in is, let's see, if I go through here, okay. I could probably nail this again, it's fine. Now that I've done it once. There we go, okay. So, in this room, there's nothing, but in the next room, yeah. I forget how to actually get up to where I want to go out of this area. Um, oh man, that's that's tough. Okay, all right, and that isn't doing me any favors. Unfortunate. That is such a tough room to get to without being over there already, I guess is the right word for it. Because I won't have my kick if I do that, if I don't actually kick off the wall. There we go. I'm pretty sure that room comes from... Whoops. Hope it saved me there, thank goodness. Pretty sure that room actually comes from Twilight Theater. Um, which is good, that's probably where I'm heading next anyway, but... unfortunate. But the big issue with that, is I know I can't clear Twilight Theater without the same thing that I need um, right now. Uh, and it sure ain't that. But it does net me a little bit. Maybe, maybe it's in Twilight Theater? I don't think it is. Is another big issue. I don't think it's in Twilight Theater. Um, I usually never enter through this direction, also. Like, entering Twilight Theater this way, it never happens for me. In fact, this feels like this is ticketing, you know? This is like where you would enter a theater at normally. That's the first time I've ever entered the theater through that direction. Okay, so I can hit this. I should have kicked a little sooner. That's not helpful. Whoa, weird. Another pip of health. And then this actually has an item in it. Never mind those swords. Aspect of empathy. That gives me more magic per attack. As you can see, it's very hard to see. I guess against the green background, no, you can't really see it at all. Against this white background, you can see it. There's a little spot next to my power meter or magic meter or whatever you want to call it. And that notifies me that I have another spot there. As you can see over here as well, big key is in the cage. And I genuinely don't think I can do anything about that. Is my big issue at the moment. I don't know where I actually get my charge strike from. Because I need that to be able to go forward in this area, or in the game as a whole, really. Whoops. Okay. Fine. Sure. Sure. I feel like all of Twilight Theater is like, oh my gosh, is like a big Cling Gem check. Like, oh, do you have Cling Gem yet? No? Well, you're gonna have some trouble trying to navigate through this area. Sweet, yes, use that move, please. Excellent. Cool. Get that guy out of here. I'm so tired of dealing with his projectiles. I'll heal for 1.5. And there we go. I don't think it particularly matters which side of this room you choose to go up. It's pretty much the same either way, and Cling Gem trivializes it, but having boots makes it doable. There's only one challenge in here that I know that I can't do without Cling Gem. Oh, that's not good. Oh, okay, saved it. Absolutely saved it. Wow. That was going to be really frustrating. By the way, I know you can get to these spots, but you can't actually hit any of the buttons. But that button unlocks one of these cages, and the cage that lets you out over there. This is the room that I cannot do without Cling Gem. I am sure there is a way to do it. I don't know that way. And I just struggle with it every single time. Oh, crud. And I forgot that this room existed as well. I didn't forget. I know that this room exists. It's my least favorite room in, like, the whole game. Which is super unfortunate, because I talked about the whole, like, oh, I love the rooms where you make your own solutions. This one, I like the rooms where you make your own solutions, but it feels like you're defying, the dev. Like, that's that's the kind of satisfaction that I get from it. In this room, it really feels like there isn't a solution, and you make one for the dev. If that makes any sense at all. Probably not, but that's fine. Ooh, fine. We got it. We are all good. There we go. Is it really just... I mean, this... That does not seem like that's what that's supposed to be. Is cling gem a bunch of times and then you're good, you know? Like, that doesn't seem like how that's supposed to go. But that's the most consistent method I've found to get through that point. And there probably are other ways. Other easier ways. But I also... Thank you, Gala, for the nice save. Thank you. I appreciate that very much. But I also don't know, like, maybe that is the real way. Okay, that's the wall that I can't get through right now. I wonder... Huh. I mean, I've never really been, like, super stuck at this point. But basically for every key, I need that item now. And I just cannot remember where it comes from. But yeah, that just doesn't feel like the actual solution to that room. Even though it also, in some regards, does feel like the actual solution to that room. I don't know if that makes any sense at all, but, I don't know, that's just the vibes I get off of it. Okay. Actually, I could just... There we go. That actually unlocks the, time trial in this room, which I'm probably not going to do, but you have to hit that to unlock it, to be able to do it at all. There is aerial finesse. If you're knocked back, you just hit jump and you're good. You don't hit the floor like a ton of bricks. Where do I exit out over here? This is Empty Bailey. I'm pretty sure I have done every checkout here. I am almost certain that there's nothing left for me in Empty Bailey. If there is, boy oh boy, won't I feel like a goofball. Oops. Never even thought about hitting that lamp. Okay. Hit this up. I know it's gotta be, I mean, obviously somewhere, but just can't remember where it is. And, I kinda need it at this point. Nothing else down there. I feel like I'm missing something. Maybe in this zone. Well. I specifically made sure to save at that point because this trick takes a long time to get back to if you whiff it. And I don't want to do that. Yep. So I just hit return to last save. Because I'm not very good at this one. But it is something that needs doing. Oh, crud. This isn't good. Okay, got it. Whew. That one allows you to walk and heal at the same time. Not entirely necessary, but it is kind of nice for being able to, like, move around a little bit, avoid a little bit of damage while you're trying to heal. Okay, that's back through there. Back through here. What am I missing here? I'm definitely missing something. What does that say to question mark? Near the empty Bailey one. I mean, we've been to Twilight Theater. We know what it is, and that's Twilight Theater, isn't it? Pretty sure I already nailed that one. Ugh, classic Metroidvania playthroughs with me. If I don't get a little lost, I ain't doing it right. Santa Keep, I'm pretty sure I have cleared at this point. I have the Santa Keep key. I don't think there's anything else I can do in Santa Keep. As far as I can tell. This just dropped me in a slightly different location. That's fine. Mostly fine. I'll back up to this room. Oh boy. Opa. Okay, so... Dude, get out of here. So, if I go down to two-door section, which is this one. And then I think through this way, right? Nope. No, it's not. Okay. I don't know why it's giving me question marks over here, though. That doesn't seem right. Yeah. Because this is to Empty Bailey, and that the top one's for Santa Keep. Specifically. I know it is, because... Yeah. It's like the main area to get into Santa Keep. I could try and run that one in the underbelly again. But I still have to have... I still have to have my second to last combat ability to get through Twilight Theater. It's specifically blocked off in that way. And I am super lost as to where exactly it is. I feel like I've run this so many times, but boy oh boy. I'm not used to having to find this item. Huh. I mean, I've definitely already cleared this. Santa Keep's done. The underbelly is the only one that's not, like, full complete. Maybe it is in the underbelly. Maybe that ability is in the underbelly. Maybe that's why I'm getting so mixed up. Because I know that is that's my least navigatable area. It's not in here, is it? Oh my gosh, there's a slide doorway. There it is. It's in Sansa Keep. I just always forget that there's actually, I bet everyone has screamed at me ever since I was like, oh yeah, you break this one, but then there's this one behind it that I can't get through. Good lord. Well, now from here I hit Twilight Theater. We're on the back half now. We just gotta clean up keys. Because I can get to Twilight Theater from Sansa Keep pretty quickly and easily. And then we hit the underbelly, and then we hit the end. I have plenty of health. My combat abilities are maxed. So really nothing to worry about. So instead of going the normal way over here, you can go through this, hit this loop-de-loop, go over here. This is the tough bit because there's too many axes for me to keep track of. Okay. Then we go back through this way, I believe. Wall ride, wall ride, wall ride, and this puts us back on stage. Now we go through this side. That lets us break through the green door. Oh, I'll need to go through this area first, I believe. Actually unlock these spots, yep. Oh, whoop. Another check to make sure you actually have strike break. Then now Soul Cutter. This is a long range attack. And you specifically need this to get out of here. Which is why it's so necessary. I suck at aiming this, so a lot of times I will head to first person mode because you cannot aim it up or down. You just need to center it on your screen horizontally. But like for a range like this, I have a bit of trouble. Nice. Solid. Good stuff. Good stuff. Open these up. I will go ahead and fire that off. Hopefully that's correct. Not good enough. Okay. Whoops. Need to hit this. Then get a swipe off there. Looks good. Okay. Time for the tough bit. What? What do you mean? Hit the cling gem, please. Thank you. Oh, gosh. What? Oh, that's why it didn't kick or do anything. My controller disconnected. There we go. Okay. What a great moment for that. Well, I guess you know what? I'm streaming, it's never really a good moment for that, but at least it's not too terrible. You don't have to do that bounce jump there. There's a lot of platforms here you can use to actually get over to the spot. But the bounce jump is a pretty quick method to take care of that. So that lets me get the key here. Got another major key. Excellent, excellent. Now I can head back to, I think the quickest. Yeah. It's not the quickest. Technically, if I ran to Dilapidated Dungeon, I think that's actually the fastest way to get to, the underbelly. You know, if I can. There we go. Oh, that sucks. Luckily, if you're... Oh, this is bad. Oh, this is bad. Going real low on this one. I don't like that. Okay, that's fine. It worked out. It worked out really well, actually. Go ahead and head this one up. Over to here. Switch up this. This should be the Dilapidated Dungeon exit. Now that I have Ascendant Light, I can actually get through here without it, I mean, it's still dark, but it's not as awful as it was beforehand, at least. This also lets me get this green item here. So that's another good Graces, which is massive. Always a huge boon to make sure we have a good amount of good Graces going. And then I believe if I hit this way, should be the underbelly. Ugh, getting around in here still a hassle, though. Okay. Now we're back to the underbelly. I have the... Ah, okay. Here we are. So... Not too thrilled about my positioning. But I think I can make it to where I need to go pretty fairly quickly. So yeah, now we actually have every power-up. I mean, outside, let's see. Oh, hello, Aura Channeler. Go Gaming, you're just clearing up the last few things for full completion. No, not quite. I wasn't gonna hit full completion. Maybe all the greens. But I'm not big on the time trials for the costumes. I play a lot of randomizers with this, so I don't practice those very often. And then I can hit this spot for... I also completely forgot where Strike Break was, which is fine. Huh? Oh, sweet. Martial prowess. That will be helpful, actually. Pretty nice. You're close. So time trials are sick, IMO. They are kind of sick. they're another aspect of like why I like this game so much, man. Because like I know I've already said it, but making your own solutions to things is so cool. Um, I need to head to the exit towards Sansa Keep, which is this way. I know where it is. I'm just being a goofball. Um, but yeah, like the making your own solutions to the platforming puzzles and stuff, and doing that for the time trials is pretty neat. Honestly, maybe I should add those to my next archipelago run. Only way to get better at them is to practice. And I whiffed it. I do really enjoy this game. What? Oh, man. Huh. And the randomizer with time trials included, actually. Nice, yeah. Pick up some of the movement tech speedrun uses. You can really fly through them. Hmm. I know about some of the movement tech with the kicks, and then the the slide tech before you get uh, the cannot remember the name of this ability. The the sun jump out of your slide. But I'm not 100% sure what all the movement tech speedrunners uses. Solar wind, thank you. A lot of times when I'm running Archipelago, I don't get solar wind. Hell, I'm lucky if I get Dream Breaker in the first couple hours, it feels like sometimes. Oh, man. Um, Mostly just getting good at side ultras. Fair. Side ultras are they're probably the ones I struggle with the most, but honestly, I I have trouble doing I have trouble being perfectly consistent at ultras in general. I'm still practicing up on that a lot. Um a lot of times I'll just whiff my input and then I get in my head about it and I continue to whiff my input forever. Let's see. Also, not sure what you mean. Oh, because you probably have like saves dedicated to practicing things, which makes sense. Um, Kind of what I do for have been trying to do for Silk Song to get better at it. Which I was gonna play some Silk Song today, but also like I forget which save slot I was running. What do I need? And I think I've got everything except for the attire. There might be... No, I don't have all the health. Oh, there's a custom map mod for this game called Schmovement School. Yo, I'm gonna, I'm probably gonna be hitting that up. That sounds dope. Yeah, that sounds awesome. I definitely wouldn't mind practicing this game some more because, like, yeah, it's a lot of fun. Thanks for letting me know. I'll have to look that up soon. Yeah, I have been running expert logic on Archipelago, but like at the same time, um, I haven't had anything too super hard. I think the worst was like it gave me all the keys and expected me to clear this um without boots one time, I think. Or and I didn't have helical power either. But I mean that is so much fun. Like when it wants you to clear something that's hard, really hard to do. Ah, feels so good when you nail it. Oh, with my slide, that's fine. That's fine. Ah, I feel like this is where a lot of the randomness of a speed run comes in is just like doing this specific fight. I can't wait till Silk Song comes out on the Archipelago, man. That's gonna be so much fun. What am I at? Just past halfway? This one again? Woo! Yeah, I'm definitely gonna have to download that mod. That sounds like a ton of fun. Mad preach on shouting that out, Aura Chandler. Um, yeah, I just love the movement tech on this game. The the combat's fun, sliding around everywhere, like making your own solutions is so much fun. Um, and playing this part of an Archipelago is like one of my favorite experiences for Archipelago, really. Uh, it's just so fun to run. And honestly, this is one of the ones where like if I can get good enough at uh, ultra jumping, this might be a game that I actually like really start speedrunning. That'd be cool. Any custom map mods needs to be on your non-archipelago version of this. Hopefully you followed the installation instructions correctly. Hmm. I sure hope so. I sure hope so. I think I did. But I mean, you know, I now that you're questioning it, I feel unsure. Either way, that was a fun little deal. Um, and I'm gonna be on vacation for a little while. But yeah, since they tell you to install the Archipelago mod on a copy of the game. Oh yeah, I have it on a copy. This is my original version of the game. And then I have the other one installed on the copy. But for some reason, and I may have done it wrong. This is the reason why I think I may have done it wrong. For some reason, when I go to File Select here, I have my Archipelago run right there, um, which isn't great. Also, my File 2 is my best. My File 2 is my best time for 100% with all the time trials and stuff, and I haven't tried to do better than that yet. Um, but I mean, that's pretty good, I think. Not terrible. I don't know if I actually have all that because I don't think I had all the health pieces here. I feel like I didn't. Oh, I know I was missing some stuff in the Dilapidated Dungeon. But yeah, I was pretty sure the files are supposed to be separate, but I don't really there's 8 and it's like it's whatever, like I just use my bottom slot and erase it every time we're done with an archipelago, so you know. But yeah, I appreciate all the tips, all the help. Definitely looking up that mod very soon. And thanks for watching, everybody. I'll catch y'all later. Everybody have a happy Thanksgiving, guys. Bye.